Something that has made the biggest difference for me on my healing journey has been noticing. So, what I mean by noticing is being observant of how I act, how I react, and the thoughts that I have, and really how all of it connects, and a lot of, analysis on where it comes from. I think the thing that probably started me on this was meditation, because during meditation, a lot of it is there's a lot of practice where you can notice your thoughts. You notice them come in, simply allow them to be, you notice them leave. Notice how you feel within your body, the physical sensations, the emotional sensations. I think that made a huge impact of sparking my mind to naturally notice. So now I, ironically, notice that I'm noticing more. So sometimes this applies when something happens and I have an immediate reaction to it, whether it's a physical reaction within my body, whether it is something that I say, whether it is, here's what I want to do about this situation. What I've done is I've started looking at what that is and asking myself, why did I react or have this feeling in this way? Where is that coming from? And what I found is a lot of it traces back to different wounds that I have and things in my life that have been unhealed. So this could be something from childhood, and I really have seen that the things that have affected me in childhood. So I think I've talked about this with you before. I was made fun of a lot when I was little, especially all through elementary school. My best friends were actually my biggest bullies. And I really learned at a young age to stifle being myself and not allowing myself to just be me, to enjoy the things that I enjoy, to really do any of that. I was putting on all of these costumes and things to be what other people needed me to be so that would make me feel safe. Well, now, as an adult, and especially outside of, a small closed elementary school societal type structure where I needed to feel safe doing that, now I have exposure to millions and millions of other people, and I've been able to find people who accept me for who I am. And they don't just accept me, but they enjoy who I am as an individual. But sometimes these things come back up and it feels unsafe to be myself. So when I find that comes up, I've started to notice that that's what's happening, and that's potentially where that comes from. And it allows me to create the space that I need to pause and not immediately react and realize that I can absolutely be myself in that moment. And I don't need to conform myself to everyone around me. And so I think that's been a big piece for me. I've also really applied this to a lot of things in my life, realizing, well, do I actually have a preference for something? Do I actually like something? Or is there something in my past that has made me think, oh, I need to like this? It's in my best interest to like this thing or to act in this certain way. And noticing has made it available to me that I can see these things and start to evaluate whether I really appreciate the actions that I'm taking for myself and the things that I'm saying for myself. So I think noticing for me has been a real game changer in my life. And I think another big thing about noticing is when you apply this to the things that trigger you, especially like really strong emotional reactions, it gives you awareness. It gives you awareness of the things that you're sensitive to and those things that just, you know, give you that immediate reaction. And I don't believe that you can solve any problem or do any healing if you are not aware of the problem. You can't heal a wound if you don't know what it is, if you cannot see that it's there. And so noticing has really helped me to be able to see the wounds, to see the sensitivities, and really just let myself go deeper on, is this something that I still need to have? Do I need to hang on to some of these beliefs that I have from like childhood? I think a lot of us face a wound around our parents accepting us. And when you're a kid, like, yes, you need your parents to accept you and to love you because they are your caregivers, they are your providers. And if you want to survive, you're going to adapt yourself in certain ways to ensure your survival. And a lot of the time that means stifling who we are and not acting in the ways that we want because we know that that will not go over well with our parents. But as an established adult who pays my own bills and can feed myself, and I don't need my parents to care for me. I love them. I love that they love me. It's great when we get along, but I don't actually need that. That is not securing my safety in this world. And so the belief that I need to change myself in any way for my mother, for my father to love me or for me to feel safe, that doesn't actually serve me. And that is something that I can let go of. But a lot of us, this happens and we still hang on to these beliefs for a long time. I think, I feel like I'm realizing that I hold these beliefs and I don't need them in my 30s. And it might have served me better if I had learned this younger. But I know there are plenty of people who are also older than me that are still doing this. So I think noticing has really helped me to see where there are big faulty beliefs in my life that no longer serve me, that I can absolutely release in order to be the best version of myself, the version of myself that I love. So to you, I would say, I recommend start to notice. Notice when you react to things. Notice how you feel in your body. And when you're looking at these things, a lot of the time, what's helpful is to think, where have I seen this before? Have I seen this in my childhood? Did I see this in the relationship with my parents or my friends or my siblings or something like that? Where have I seen this before? Because life will continue to present you with lessons until you learn them. So even though you may have had those lessons a lot when you were a little kid, you may see reflections of those as an adult because you have to learn the lesson.